Now for the details, we start with the national news, and His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa sent a cable of condolences to Russian President Vladimir Putin over the victims of the attack on a concert in the Crocus City Hall near Moscow. His Majesty the King expressed sincere sympathy to President Putin, the Russian people and the families of the victims. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa also sent a cable of condolences to Russian President Putin following an attack on a concert hall in Moscow which left casualties. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister sent a similar cable to the Prime Minister of Russia, Mikhail Mishustin. The National Guard Commander General His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Isa Al Khalifa participated in the celebration organized by the Pakistani Army in Islamabad on the occasion of Pakistan Day. The ceremony took place in the presence of the President of Pakistan, Asif Ali Zardari, Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, senior commanders of the Pakistani Army, guests from friendly countries and a large audience. His Highness extended his warmest congratulations and blessings to the government, the army and the brotherly people of Pakistan. He expressed his admiration for the military displays presented by the Pakistani army and its distinguished high efficiency, readiness and skills in executing display panels. His Highness is currently on an official visit to Islamabad to participate in the celebrations of Pakistan Day. In the presence of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports First Deputy Chairman, General Sports Authority Chairman and Bahrain Olympic Committee President, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the GSA and BOC held yesterday the annual Ramadan Ghabga for their affiliates at the Jumeirah Gulf of Bahrain Resort and Spa in Zallaq. Also present were GSA Deputy Chairman, His Highness Sheikh Salman bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, Cabinet Affairs Ministry's Under Secretary, BOC Vice President, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Ali Al Khalifa, GSA's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Abdurrahman Sadiq Askar, and BOC Secretary General Faris Mustafa Al Kohiji, in addition to GSA board members, BOC members and senior guests. His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad congratulated all the affiliates of the GSA and BOC on the holy month of Ramadan, expressing pride in meeting them on the auspicious occasion and stressing the importance of the holy month in promoting lofty values. His Highness commended the dedication of the affiliates of the GSA and the BSOC to carry out their duties to the fullest, stressing the importance of the ongoing GSA-BOC complementarity and cooperation in bringing about major successes to Bahraini sports. He wished Bahrain continued security, stability and progress under the leadership of His Majesty the King. During the Ghabga, GSA launched a new identity for the Bahraini sport, which is Bahraini with a Dilman identity. The new sports kits bearing the GSA's logo and the emblem of the kingdom were unveiled through various models as part of GSA's continuous keenness on innovation. The event featured speeches by Dr. Abdurrahman Askar and Faris Al-Kohiji, who highlighted the achievements of both GSA and BOC. The annual Ghabga featured an array of programs and competitions, and distinguished employees from the General Sports Authority and the Bahrain Olympic Committee were honored. Bahrain's parliamentary division participated today in the coordination meeting of the Asian Parliamentary Group in the Inter-Parliamentary Union on the sidelines of the meetings of the 148th General Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union held in Geneva. The parliamentary division was represented in the coordination meeting by First Deputy Speaker of the Shura Council, Mr. Jamal Mohammed Fakhru, First Deputy Speaker of the Shura Council, MP Abdul Nabi Salman, Member of the Shura Council, Dr. Bassam Ismail Al-Ben Mohammed, and Shura Council Secretary General Karima Mohammed Al-Abbasi. Bahrain's delegation affirmed that the fruitful partnerships between Arab and Asian parliaments contribute to setting common goals in order to combat security, economic and political challenges in a way that supports development and progress sought by the Arab and Asian countries. The delegation noted that the continuation of those meetings opens bridges of relationships that support joint parliamentary work. The delegation praised the continued coordination and cooperation between Asian parliaments, and the heads and representatives of the member parliaments of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly discussed ways to strengthen the association's efforts to reach a better strategy to coordinate a unified position on international issues of common interest. On the sidelines of the General Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union and accompanying meetings, Bahrain's delegation of the Parliamentary Division, headed by First Deputy Speaker of the Shura Council, Mr. Jamal Mohammed Fakhru, participated in the consultative meeting of the Islamic Parliamentary Group in the Inter-Parliamentary Union in Geneva. The delegation was represented at the meeting by the First Deputy Speaker of the Shura Council and head of Bahrain's Parliamentary Division delegation, and First Deputy Speaker of the Council of Representatives, Deputy Head of the delegation, MP Abdul Nabi Salman Ahmed, in addition to MP Dr. Mehdi Abdul Aziz Al-Shuwaykh. The meeting discussed urgent issues submitted by South Africa, Indonesia and Malaysia, while MP Abdul Nabi Salman stressed the necessity of achieving successes in the field of parliamentary cooperation on the Palestinian issue and condemning the aggression against the Palestinian people. He also affirmed the need to present parliamentary recommendations to the world, noting that the Palestinian issue is the first cause that Arab, Islamic and Asian parliaments must unite on and form a parliamentary alliance that initiate proposals that confirm parliamentary support for the Palestinian issue. The heads and representatives of the Legislative Council of the OIC discussed the draft agenda, which stressed the importance of continuing to strengthen joint parliamentary work and the necessity of adopting a unified position on issues of common concern. Bahrain's parliamentary division participated in the 37th session of the Women Parliaments Forum held today within the meetings of the General Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union in Geneva. The forum discussed a draft resolution of the Permanent Committee for International Peace and Security on addressing the social and humanitarian impact of autonomous weapons systems and artificial intelligence from a gender perspective. During the forum's work, member of the Shura Council and member of the Office of the Women Parliaments in the Inter-Parliamentary Union, Hala Ramzi Fayez, stressed the necessity of developing legislative and legal frameworks and to address the serious risks posed by autonomous weapons systems and the way they operate, pointing out the importance of launching policies that promote safe and reliable ways for designing and deploying AI systems. And for her part, lawyer Dalal Jassem Al-Zayed presented suggestions and noting the need to realize that artificial intelligence is important in human development, but it brings many social and legal risks. She highlighted the need to focus on drafting legislation to regulate the provisions regulating AI and autonomous weapons, taking into account the law's inclusion of legislative authorization for the executive authority to issue regulations and decisions due to the rapid changes that require extending judicial censorship. The parliamentary delegation was represented at the Women Parliamentary Forum by MPs Fayez Al-Zayed, in addition to Dr. Bassam Ismail Adbin Mohammed, MP Hassan Ibrahim Hassan, MP Dr. Mehdi Al-Shweikh, and Secretary General of the Shura Council, Ms. Karima Mohammed Al-Abbasi. Bahrain's parliamentary division delegation, headed by First Deputy Speaker of the Shura Council, Mr. Fakhru, participated in the consultative coordination meeting of the Arab Parliamentary Group in the Inter-Parliamentary Union held in Geneva on the sidelines of the work of the General Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union and the accompanying meetings. Bahrain's delegation at the meeting stressed the need to strengthen parliamentary cooperation between Arab countries and to continue the efforts made by Arab parliaments and legislative councils to support common issues, mainly the Palestinian cause. During the coordination meeting of the Arab group, the topics on the General Assembly's agenda were reviewed, as well as ways to confront all challenges and crises that the region is going through in accordance with the Joint Arab Action Agenda. The permanent representative of Bahrain to the UN, Ambassador Jamal Al-Ruwaihi, delivered a speech at the meeting held by the UN General Assembly on the occasion of the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Mr. Ruwaihi stressed that despite the efforts to combat this scourge, cases of racism and racial discrimination in various forms are widespread, adding that such acts should be condemned wherever they occur. He expressed the concern of the countries of Asia and the Pacific about the global rise in hate speech, which constitutes incitement to racial discrimination, hostility and violence. He emphasized the importance of addressing it in line with international law and the need to promote the values of tolerance, inclusiveness, and mutual respect within the communities worldwide. He called on the international community to take concrete measures to mobilize all efforts at the national, regional, and international levels to address all forms of racism and discrimination. The Kingdom of Bahrain joins the world in celebrating World Meteorological Day, which falls on March 23rd of each year, amid tireless efforts to combat climate change. More in this report.
In March 1950, the World Meteorological Organization was established, which designated the 23rd of the same year as a special day to celebrate World Meteorological Day. At the forefront of climate action is the slogan chosen by the World Meteorological Organization to celebrate the day, with the aim of highlighting climate change and strengthening actions to address it, in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for 2030, especially the 13th goal on climate. In 1980, the Kingdom of Bahrain joined the global organization, and since that date, the Kingdom has been working hard in cooperation with the organization and its regional centers in terms of exchanging information and initiating the development of its devices for weather forecasts and meteorological monitoring operations. The Kingdom of Bahrain has also paid increasing attention to meteorology, as it is considered one of the countries rich in weather information, in addition to developing the meteorological department, enhancing the quality and accuracy of forecast outputs, and issuing warnings related to aviation and marine activities.
The ambassador of Oman to Bahrain, Faisal bin Harb al-Busaidi, visited the heritage village in Ras Hayyan, where he met with those in charge of the popular competitions program Al Saria. This year's program was dedicated to celebrating the heritage of each GCC country as a reflection of Bahrain's approach to strengthening the joint Gulf media work system, to highlight the development witnessed by the GCC and to shed light on the GCC's rich history and authentic national heritage. Now, iftar tables in Ramadan are not complete without the presence of sweets of different shapes and tastes, but the lugaymat is considered one of the most prominent sweets in the holy month of Ramadan. More in this report.
A dessert that was closely linked to the rituals of the holy month and occupies an essential place in Ramadan sweet dishes. Al-Gaymat is a distinctive dessert that has been written about in history, and its story has been written in a distinctive way in novels. It has spread among the Arab countries to dominate the Ramadan tables and be a basic dish that complements the taste of iftar. During the month of Ramadan, Bahraini tables are full of popular dishes, of which Al-Gaymat is a part of, as it is one of the customs and traditions that have been passed down to this day. Shop owners compete in displaying different shapes and types of Al-Gaymat, but the Bahraini customer always prefers the traditional Al-Gaymat with its simple decoration consisting of sugar syrup, black seed and sesame, so that simplicity is the secret of distinction.